Just a quick update on the video that you're about to see. This is post recording it. I know you guys probably expected me to absolutely go crazy. It's currently 2 in the morning. We've been outside of the Santiago Bernabeu since 2 p.m. So literally 12 whole hours of just going hard. You will see that in the live reactions, which is why I couldn't find the complete energy to just absolutely go wild. But with that being said, we still wanted to make a video for you guys. So anyways, enjoy the video. What's up, guys? Welcome back to it. Merengue Culé. I don't know where to begin this video. My voice is very messed up right now. But May 28th, 2022 will probably go down in history as the greatest day of my life. Let's get started. Alright guys, like I said, I'm not too sure where to begin. We're gonna take a while to, we wanted to make this video to talk to you guys about the final. We don't want to keep you guys in the dark because those live reactions are gonna be very good. The atmosphere outside of El Bernabeu was fantastic. All the fans were chanting for hours. The game was at 9 p.m. here in Spain. We got to the stadium around maybe 2 p.m., 2:30-ish, and it was, we saw the rise, because when we got there weren't that many people chanting, but the people were already getting there, and the hype just went crazy. So you'll get to see all of that in the live reaction video. Obviously, if you're not subscribed to the channel, this is the best time to subscribe right now. The content's gonna be amazing. Tomorrow is gonna be Cibeles, so there's gonna be 2 videos out there that are of insane scales. You guys will see tomorrow as well. We were able to get tickets to go into the Bernabeu, which we really took a big risk there, didn't we? Tell us a little more about that.
Yeah, so the problem with the tickets is that they're digital. So if I bought a ticket myself, I could forward that email to 100 people, 1,000 people, and charge every single one of them, and only one of them would actually get that spot. So we were, we got there early on looking for tickets. Then we realized that, and we were kind of left like shook. 'Cause even if they were printed out on a piece of paper, I mean, how many times can you print the ticket?
Exactly.
So he was torn in between like celebrating, having a fun time at the party outside the Bernabeu, yeah, because we knew if we got tickets, we would have to stand in line from that moment to be the first people to scan,
exactly, to
not get screwed over.
Yeah.
So I think we found a good intermediate where he got plenty of partying down, out of the way, got the atmosphere up, got to experience a party that we flew here
for, yeah,
literally thousands of miles for, lived that up, recorded it, and then saved some energy for the game. We relaxed a little bit. Mm-hmm. Now it was crazy because we were looking for 2 tickets together.
Yeah. And
that was very hard because if you're holding 2 tickets, you're gonna ask for a lot more. However, people that were just holding one were they were willing to let go for cheaper.
Exactly.
So that's what we did. We took a risk. We bought one. He was torn. He was like, "Should I buy it?" I was like, "Look, I'd rather you go and me not go than neither one of us go." So he took the risk. He paid 90 euros for the first one, which everybody said it was expensive, but we were willing to pay it.
Once again, I don't know if, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I don't know if you already mentioned it, but everyone was asking for 150 euros for one. Whenever these tickets cost them 5 to 10 euros.
Correct. Yes. So for a $90 ticket is still expensive, yeah, but for what they were asking for, we thought it was a fair deal.
It was a deal.
And
especially because that guy had already been asking for 150 before, but I said, I was like, no, I turned him down, and he got desperate. And in that moment when I turned him down, he said, all right, give me 90, because he was not able to sell it. He kept on trying with other people, and no one was taking it, and so that's whenever he just gave in. Yep. At the same time, we were talking to these other 3 people, this little family of 3, that were also desperate to get 3 tickets. And somehow they were able to find this person online, which is even more sketchy, that said that they had 4 tickets. So then they went and told me, they were like, hey, they have an extra ticket. And I was very sketched out with it. And that's another thing. They only wanted 50 euros for it. So it would have been a huge deal, all things considered. But I was still super skeptical about it because I was like, we can't even see this person in person. Like, it could be so easy for him to just screw us over. But, so we actually ended up walking away from it. And after walking away for 3-4 minutes, I kind of turned over to Ricky and I was like, I think we should just do it. I kind of changed my mind because I was the one that said like, no, we're not doing it. So we walked back, we got in contact with him. He sent us a ticket and then I sent him the money. And we took a leap of faith and it worked. We did have to make sacrifices because, like he said earlier, we couldn't be out there partying with all the ultras, all the Real Madrid fans that were just going absolutely nuts, crazy, and you will see all of this in the live reaction video. So instead of getting to party, we had to go to the entrances, our respective entrances, because we had different seats, right? Not even together, and we just had to wait out for like an hour and a half. All right, sorry about that, guys. We had a little technical difficulty in the video cut off, but we left off by saying that we had to make the sacrifice to wait outside and not party with the ultras to make sure that we were the first people to essentially scan that ticket. Now, for me, my experience, as soon as they opened the doors, I scanned it and it beeped properly. She said, all right, come in. And I let out a huge sigh of relief. And then right away, I texted Ricky and I was like, let me know how it's going for you. And he was now responding for a good 10, maybe 15 minutes. What happened?
So the family that I was with, the ones that helped us get the tickets, they were in front of me because I was just talking to them, and their tickets weren't going through. So in my head, I'm like, it's done. I'm not going in the Bernabeu. But there was like the open line next to me, so I was like, you know what? Let me try my ticket. Sure enough, I was actually like looking to scan it, and it just wouldn't recognize the code at first, and I was like, God. And then like I don't know, it goes beep, and I'm like, I push a little gate, and it just rolls over, and I'm like, dude, I'm in. But at this point, they're like, I'm like, mine worked. Y'all should work. They're freaking out. So I start helping them, and I see his messages come through, but at this point, I'm like getting they're emailing me their tickets. I'm putting it into my phone because we think it's like my phone is the magical one that goes through because it's an iPhone, and they're freaking out. So I finally like get all that sorted. I look at the tickets, and they're in the wrong gate. They just trusted that my ticket was gonna be next to theirs. So I hope they got in. I'm pretty sure they did. Probably. Great family. But then that leads us to the game. And, I mean, in my head, you're in El Bernabeu, the sacred home of Madrid, 90,000 hardcore fans to the max. I'm thinking this place is going to be popping. I was so wrong. It was complete silent at first.
The first half.
Everyone's nervous, just like rubbing their head, like.
I was super nervous, and we recorded the second half live reactions for that, and yeah, guys, that first half, every single one of us were just like, because Liverpool was, and we expected it. The first 15 minutes, the high press that they did was insane. Real Madrid would just have the ball in the back, Militao, Alaba, Carvajal, Mendy, just knocking it around, trying to find an opening. They could not find the midfielders, and they would give the ball up.
Sorry to cut you off from the game, but the Real Madrid fans would start a chant. It would go on for 5 seconds just to not leave the other Madridistas hanging on the chants, and they would stop because they were like, we want to just, boom, hone into the game. But Liverpool was all over Real Madrid the first half.
I mean, for the majority of the first half, like I said, those first 15 minutes were really bad. The next 15 minutes, still Liverpool domination. But after we hit that 30-minute mark, I did feel like their energy levels kind of died off a little bit. And then Madrid was able to possess the ball a little more, but still not creating... Find more openings, but still not creating any single chances. I think minute 40, Real Madrid still had 0 shots. Mm-hmm. Not just 0 shots on target, but 0 shots. And it was like, what is going on? Like, we are just getting run over. Courtois had already come up with some huge saves, especially the one to Sadio Mane. He gets a touch on it. The ball hits the post. And the stadium there, dead silent.
Everyone's hearts dropped.
Yeah.
Like, every time Liverpool would have a close chance, it was just silent.
Yeah.
There was no opposing fans to be like...
Yeah. There was no one to chant for Liverpool.
And for me, it was hard. I mean, even in the pre-party, everybody was like, come, like, cheer with us. And I'm like, Got me fucked up if you think I'm fucking cheering with Real Madrid fans. I was an intruder in there. Everyone else was like hyped up, and I was just there like, you got me fucked up. And like, don't get me wrong, the atmosphere was great. But no.
Ricky looked like he had absolutely zero friends out there. Just yeah. But going back to the game, what happened in the last minute of that first half?
Benzema scores. In first sight, there was no way he was offside.
Because the first pass we saw that he was on right on the line, so we're good.
If anything, we thought maybe that one could have been offsides. A bunch of mayhem happens. The ball. You describe it.
I mean, yeah, it was essentially like a bunch of like Karim Benzema get the shot, and then Alisson like saves it, but then it like rebounds off his like foot of his leg, and then Valverde's running in to try to pass the ball, but then two Liverpool defenders like slide tackle, and then here's what they ended up calling. After reviewing it for like 2 to 3 minutes, it was the longest review, and I don't know why it was so long. They ended up calling offsides, and the whole stadium, or at least I felt absolutely robbed, because on the replay you can clearly see that Valverde isn't the one to pass the ball.
He's going for the shot.
He's going for the he was going to shoot it, pass the ball, whatever. He was going for something. But he's not the one to touch the ball. I don't know if it was Thiago, Henderson, whoever. One of them touches the ball back, and that's what falls to Karim Benzema, who was in an offsides position. He was in an offsides position, but once again, he did not receive a pass from his teammates. So that invalidates the offside.
A pinball from Valverde to somebody's leg off Thiago's knee.
It was, something like that. And then Benzema buries it in the back of the net. They review it for minutes, and then they end up not calling it. The Bernabeu was already chanting, expecting the goal to be given, because it looked clear. It looked clear. And then they take it away, and we were all just left quiet. The final whistle came, and everyone was just in like this state of shock, because we just went through a first half where we got absolutely dominated. We ended up getting a goal that seemed fair, and then for whatever reason, it wasn't given. And I was just like, all right, well, this second half can go one of two ways. Either Madrid is going to be just feeling really gutted after that incident, or their motivation will go up because they know they already put the ball in the back of the net. And that's kind of actually what happened. The second half was a different story.
Before we get to the second half, the halftime was so curious. Because everyone, as soon as the final whistle blew, ran to the restrooms. The lines were long. Nobody said a word. Still, everyone that stayed up, like in the seats, like the true Real Madrid fans, were quiet. Some were standing up, walking back and forth, like being anxious with their hands. Really, really crazy to see.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty quiet. I was just kind of sitting there like, oh man. Yeah, there were some kids dancing and whatever. I was like, oh, guys, you don't know what's going on. But then the second half started, and we started off really good. I mean, I felt like our pressure was a lot better. Our ball possession was better. Because in the first half, I noticed that anytime we had ball possession, there was no off-the-ball movement. I know I said that a lot about Real Madrid this season. Sometimes there's just games where we don't have any off-the-ball movement. And then you would see Liverpool with the ball in their attacks. And Mane, Salah, Luis Diaz, they were all just moving, dribbling, like creating all these chances. And I was like, and then the moment we got the ball, nothing of that. But the second half came around, and it looked a lot more even. And I was like, you know what? Like, we're starting to create a couple more chances. One of these could actually go in. And sure enough, we started creating. We had a couple really good shots, close shots, until Carvajal and Valverde combined for a phenomenal play. Valverde puts a great ball, a great cross to Vinicius Jr. And like you said, Alexander-Arnold just kind of fell asleep.
Yeah, overall I thought Alexander-Arnold had a bad game, especially on the goal. Vini was his man. As an outside back, you need to know exactly where that striker or where that winger is at all points, especially if it's a cross coming to the back post and you know it's coming. Maybe it could be a shot, but even the rebound, you got to know where he's at. Also, there was a lot of times where Trent should have got a yellow card. He stuck his hand up to Vini earlier in the first half, committed a tactical foul in the second half. The referee gave him a miracle, didn't give him the yellow card. Yeah. And on top of that, he missed a lot of shots on top of the box. For a player that's of his caliber, people hype him up a lot. Yeah. I think rightfully so. He should be putting those on target, at least one of those.
Definitely. As for Madrid's side, I mean, after that, did you ever have a a real gut feeling that Liverpool's going to be able to tie it?
It was funny, no. Because you're surrounded by all these Madridistas, and Madridistas are proud. They're like, no, they were saying we don't play Champions League finals, like we win them, this and that. So it's like when everybody's out there just like saying the same shit, it's like, and I mean Liverpool had possession, but they weren't really. I mean they were actually there. They were
chances.
But I don't know. I was like, nah. I wanted Liverpool to score. I did. I wanted it so bad. I don't think I would have celebrated because I would have gotten eaten alive, but I wanted them to score so bad. But no, there was no. I was always like, nah, there's no way.
And they came close, but only one name summarizes why they didn't get that goal, and that is Courtois.
Man of the match. Nobody can disagree with that.
Rightfully so. That man single-handedly allowed us to win this Champions League. I've been saying it game in, game out this whole season. Courtois is at an unbelievable level. Best goalie in the world. I felt like he was the best goalie in the world the past 2 seasons. But this season, I think he really consolidated that. And I don't see how there's any way that anyone could truly argue against that at the moment. The amount of saves he had against Man in the first half, Salah in the second half with one, where Salah tried to cross it / just kind of like curl it in from the side. And then that finesse from Salah, that was going in. That was going in, and somehow Courtois got a save. There were a couple others. Anytime that they had a corner kick, Courtois would either come up, or either Militao would head it out, or Courtois would come up. Courtois was on another level, and you will see it in the live reactions, reactions to some of his saves. Absolutely unbelievable. Aside from Courtois, who else did you think had a decent game?
You said Carvajal had a good game.
I thought Carvajal had the second best game out of the whole team, just because of how many tackles he won. He kept Luis Diaz, who was an extremely dangerous player, very versatile, very fast, good dribbler, speedy. He kept him at bay. He never got beat. There were so many times where Luis Diaz was like free on a run, and then all they had to do was send the through ball, and Carvajal was busting his ass to keep up with him, and he had the help of Valverde, who I also thought had a phenomenal game. Aside from that, I thought even though Vini ended up getting the goal, and I'm so happy for him because scoring in a Champions League final and then it being the goal that gives your team the victory puts you on the record books, puts you on the history books, and puts you at another caliber of level. So for Vini to get, after this fantastic season, for it to be recognized with a Champions League game-winning goal is just a dream. So happy for Vini. However, I did not think he really had that great of games. If anything, I think his decision-making was a bit off in some plays, especially in the second half where we had counterattacks to put the game away. I felt like he could have made a couple better decisions. Benzema, he did a good job playing off with the team, but he didn't really get fed like the best balls to score. There was one chance where I think he could have taken a shot, but he instead decided to take another cut on Trent, and Trent ended up getting the ball back. Like I said, Valverde played a phenomenal game. The 3 midfielders, I think Casemiro's had probably the worst season of all the 3, but I think Casemiro had the best game of those 3 today. Modric did look a little bit off. What did you see about Modric?
I saw that he was always one step behind the ball, especially in the first half. There's a lot of times he'd go into tackles, and they would go around him, and then he's just like left, like having to chase back. I saw him one time walk, which I never see him do. I thought that was curious. I always thought he's like one step behind in the first half.
Yeah. Toni Kroos, also a bit of a meh game. Once again, this is us watching it at the stadium, which is really hard to analyze.
It's hard to
analyze. This is literally just first glimpse. I'm going to go back and watch the game, so don't 100% quote me on everything, but I felt like he was also a little slow, like we've been seeing on the past couple games. Aside from that, though, the midfield, I feel like, the whole defense played phenomenal. Militao was winning every tackle. Alaba was winning every tackle, and the Bernabeu was just applauding him for every single one. Mendy also, I didn't think he got beat very much, and we already talked about Courtois. So all in all, I think Liverpool was a better team. I mean, they have a phenomenal team. They played a great game, but they got unlucky that they had to face a man named Courtois that saved absolutely everything. And they got unlucky that they faced a team with so much history behind their name that happens to be clinical and happens to be having the most magical season of any season, any history that I've personally witnessed. How Real Madrid won this Champions League is still a mystery, but it all I think comes down to a core foundation of experience and youth and just being fully focused for the game and never giving up. And I think that just summarizes the characteristics of the club. This will forever go down in history as, like I said in the intro, the greatest day of my life. Guys, I can't wait for y'all to see those live reactions. Do you have any other final things?
You did say. You did say if Real Madrid won, something would be coming.
Yep. Guys, I don't have any tattoos, but I told Ricky, if Real Madrid wins, I will definitely tattoo either the badge or just like this right here. No, this one right here with the 14. We'll leave down in the comments where you think I could do it. I've been thinking either shoulder, like where it goes right here, chest, something. But this day will go down in history. I will put down May 28th, 2022 as the greatest day of my life. I'm so happy that we ended up coming to Spain. I think the whole trip has been phenomenal. And tomorrow we're going to finish off with the last day, it being here in Madrid, going to Cibeles, and just absolutely going crazy for Real Madrid. For now, I just wanted, like I said, to get this video up for you guys to have at least something from us. You know, didn't want to leave you guys in the darkness. With that being said, it's time to go party. It's time to go party for me. And guys, just make sure you drop the like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because you don't want to miss the live reactions. If my voice wasn't this gone, I'd probably yell a little more, but a la Madrid, somos los pinches campeones de Europa.